Supergroup has seen a substantial turnaround since Peter Mountford took to the helm in 2009. Now, over the past 5 years, this transport logistics company's share price has gained nearly 460% and has been outperforming its peers considerably. Joining us from our studios in Cape Town to discuss the Supergroup's winning streak and the latest sets of their results is Finweek contributor, that is Moxima Gama. Moxima, lovely to have you. It's interesting times. If you talk to a lot of the company chief executives out with their numbers, they all talk about the challenging environment, and being in logistics, it's no different. How has Supergroup been bucking the trend?
You mentioned that Peter Mountford came on board, which absolutely has benefited them, and they've also pulled out a good set of results with a 40% jump in their revenues. But you also have to keep in mind that Supergroup was coming off a very low base. It was trading around R2.15 at some point, from highs at 117. So, I mean, a solid company like that, it was quite a steal, and obviously this was very attractive to investors. So that's why it's been gaining such good momentum.
We've been seeing a lot of companies that are listed on the JSE and maybe the ones that are based here in South Africa moving beyond South African borders, beyond African borders, and looking at Europe. Supergroup is no different. Can you talk to us about that strategy?
Yeah, well, they have about 70% in a German logistic company called in time, and through their Australian subsidiary, they SG Fleet, they then bought out NCL. So the reason being is just trying to move away from the reliance in South Africa. Demand has gone a bit down, so it's picking up in Europe, and they're spreading their wings to an area where they could at least get more profits, and they've got a stronger currency which will help with their earnings.
Moxima, in their latest set of results, I'm just going to quote some of the numbers. They saw a jump of 40% in revenue, 21% increase in their headline earnings per share. Again, just going back to the economic environment that we are facing, are they able to keep producing these numbers? What is the outlook?
The outlook does look quite promising. They have been vigorously raising money to acquire and invest in companies like we had mentioned, the ones in Europe. It has increased their gearing a little, but it's somehow in what they had anticipated with their budget. And the reason why the earnings would then grow is because they would then be getting money back in a stronger currency, which will benefit or increase their revenues. So I think it's quite a positive thing for them.
Moxima, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and of course telling us more about Supergroup and some of the challenges and opportunities that company is facing. Thanks so much to Moxima Gama. She's the Finweek contributor. Up next, we're going to have a look at this week's Editor's Choice.